I heard some disturbing news today, and I'd like to investigate. Let me explain. I'll do a little background first. Mr. Gourley, Matt Gourley, as you may know him, or just Matt, here on the podcast, obviously he does a terrific job here at the show and constantly crafting the program and making it sound perfect.
I think we've covered it.
Yep, we're done.
No. There's more to cover. Matt is also a bit of a slut when it comes to podcasts.
That's true.
He's always out there. I mean, I would think being on Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend would be enough. I mean, this is a big deal. But no, he is always off working on hundreds and hundreds of other podcasts.
I'm the Wilt Chamberlain of podcasters.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You cannot be sated. You keep going, and you're always out to conquer another podcast that you meet in a club late at night, and then bring back to your creepy 1970s house with extra high doorways. But anyway, enough.
I wish I could refute you on it.
Yes. But recently, Matt was telling us all in the studio, because we hang around sometimes. We're friends off mic, and just pretend. The advertisers like it. So
They do?
Oh, yeah.
They want friendship in order to advertise?
They just like it. They want people to buy into this as a real family, like the royal family. But we all know deep down what's happening behind the scenes. Anyway, so Matt was telling us he had a new idea for a podcast called Mallwalkin, where he walks around a mall and maybe he has a special guest with him and just walks around a mall and sees what happens. So I think, well, interesting idea. And again, confused that he needs, I mean, the man has a child and a wife, and he's working with Conan O'Brien. Why does he need this? But that's his choice, not mine. And then yesterday I was working with Sona. You were helping me out with something.
Yeah.
And we were working on a project together. And you just happened to mention that you were a guest on Mallwalkin.
Yeah, I was.
With Matt Gourley, and that things went a little off the rails.
Yeah.
And now I turn it over to you two.
Well, I mean,
First of all, I asked to be on Mallwalkin.
And I was happy to have you. We do this show with my friend Mark McConville, and we went to the mall, which is called the Shops at Santa Anita.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And we did what we always do. We walk in with 3 handheld mics, although we only had 2 wireless receivers, so I was tethered to Mark with a 20-foot cable.
Well, wait a minute.
But not the whole time.
No, because we had a malfunction.
So there was a malfunction. So, because I would think the whole idea of doing a podcast called Mallwalkin is that you want to be not too obtrusive.
Right.
You want to sort of fly under the radar, and yet you are lashed to your friend with a cable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of what was the malfunction?
The wireless receiver on one of the mics wasn't working.
Right. Okay. So
yeah. And it could not have been a longer cable. I just want to make sure there's no way you can't notice this extremely long cable.
Right.
And they're standing right next to each other. It's dragging on the
Wait,
floor.
you didn't coil it up? Why didn't you coil it up?
Well, we did, but we gotta spread out at times where he's going to the lids store and I want to check out Hot Topic,
But you can't have a long cord between the two of you in a busy mall.
We did.
Okay.
We clotheslined some people.
All right. So Sona, you're part of this.
I am.
And tell us what's happening.
So we started off, I had clothes to return at Old Navy.
Which we did on mic.
You return clothes on mic.
We returned clothes.
How am I not listening to this podcast? This is fantastic.
And we just walk the entire second floor, store to store. We're talking about what we see, and then we're talking about the candy dispensers. I mean, it's really riveting stuff.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then we get to the end of the second floor, and someone stopped us. The security guard.
Yeah. And we haven't been to the first floor yet. So we're halfway through.
Yes.
Right, so you're halfway through this show. You've returned some clothes.
Yes.
And you've looked in lids and
got a C's candy chocolate thing.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. That I made Matt
can't
pay
forget
for.
that. Can't forget that.
Well, I expensed it to the mall walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. which has an offshore account in the Bahamas. I know that this is all ways for you to launder cash.
It is a front.
So you're doing all that, and then you get to the end of the second floor of the mall, and you're approached by a security guard. And why don't you take it here, man?
Well, he was the sweetest man.
Yes.
And he seemed also kind of reluctant.
Yeah.
And then Sona kind of took over in only...
as she does.
Yeah, and thank God, because she was brilliant and she was really kind, but also very matter-of-fact, basically said, what would your supervisor say to this? Let's speak to them. So out comes his boss, who then recognized Sona.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, you look familiar, and then usually it's because they watch you.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, I work for Conan O'Brien, and he goes, yeah, I'm Team Coco for life, and so we were like,
I love this guy.
yeah, but then we were like, so can we record? And he's like, no,
Yeah.
no,
So
absolutely not.
Wow.
Yeah, it
So
had,
you know what I love?
It didn't help
He's
us.
Team Coco for life. I love Team Coco. I love Conan. Can you help us out a little bit? No, I cannot.
yeah.
Which
Then we asked to go above his head, and they walked us back to the management office.
Yes.
Okay.
and by the way, your cable is still unspooling this whole time. 900 feet of cable. And by the way, old women on walkers are tumbling left and right. You just keep hearing in the background, oh my Lord! Clunk, shatter.
Yeah, we went to the office of the mall, which was pretty cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you went into this is, if you're going to check out anything at the mall, I think the administrative office would be the place.
This podcast opens doors.
Yeah. So you're in there, and are you still recording?
Yes, and then technically they asked us to stop, but
Right.
we kept recording.
Well, the old
Yes.
trick is to say we've stopped, but
Yeah.
not stop.
right. And
Yes.
we did do that. And we spoke to two very nice women, and they said, we can't let you record today, but here's our business card. You can email and get permission.
Okay.
Which I did.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard from him.
Oh.
Pinged him back. Heard from a new lady. She said, can you please describe the podcast? I did. Never heard from her again. Got
Yeah,
ghosted. So what we need you to do,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and I'm glad you brought this up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is call out Shops at Santa Anita and say, let free Sona and Matt and Mark,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to quote a really good guy. He's a security guard at Shops at Santa Anita and say, I can't help you out.
Come on! Come on! The three of us want to go back for part two.
I'm channeling the guy's Team Coco, and I got to go with Team Coco. I can't help you out.
Yeah.
Conan, imagine if you had The Godfather without The Godfather Part 2. We have not even been on the first floor of this mall.
It's exactly the same.
You're right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
first of all,
exactly the same.
Godfather alone, I think people would still regard as one of the greatest movies of all time.
As they would this episode of the podcast.
Yes.
But if you say without the Godfather Part 2, you don't have the Godfather. No, you still have the Godfather, and everyone's very happy. So that analogy doesn't hold.
Well, they end each episode sitting on the massage chairs, and we didn't even get to do
Yeah.
that. So I think that alone
That's right.
requires us to go back there.
It's
Okay.
a loose tooth.
I really need to check out the food court too.
Yes.
That's important. You
Okay.
can't go to a mall without looking at the food court.
Right.
Okay. I love you guys. I work with you all the time. We're a team. So yes, I will help you. This is Conan O'Brien, and this message goes out to Shops at Santa Anita.
Thank you.
I'm asking you, please, to let Matt Gourley and Sona Movsesian come back.
And Mark McConville.
Yeah.
And Mark who?
Mark McConville.
No, I'm not going to vouch for him. I don't know him. I don't
He's
know that.
good. He's better than me.
I don't. He might be great. I just don't know the guy. I can't vouch for him.
Okay.
You have to get him in on your own. So Shops at Santa Anita. I wanted you to please allow Matt Gourley, Sona Movsesian, Mark McGovaba, to come and record an episode of Mallwalkin. It's
Mallwalkin.
Mallwalkin.
You don't
I'm
say
sorry.
the you don't
Yeah.
say the G at the end.
Of
It's
course
got
you-
an apostrophe.
Thank you, Sona.
Okay, thank you, Sona. That's a wonderful part of my pitch. And we'll make all the difference in this plea. And I just ask that you consider this. This is great promotion for Shops at Santa Anita. And third part of the Mark McGovern. They're going to do a great job with Matt Gourley. Sona.
Can I get you saying a few different other malls so we could just plug that in and use
Yes.
that for
Okay, go ahead.
South Coast Plaza,
Hey, South Coast Plaza, do me a favor.
Americana at Brand,
Hey, Americana at Brand, Conan O'Brien here, and I need your help.
Sherman Oaks Galleria,
Hey, Sherman Oaks Galleria. I know I was banned in 1988, but please hear me out and listen to this important message.
and finally the Citadel Outlet Mall.
Hey, Citadel Outlet Mall. Conan O'Brien here, and I've got a special request that may turn out nicely for all of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'll say? You should make it very clear to these people that this is advertising.
That's
You're
what
at-
I'm
I know.
saying.
Yeah.
Come
Did you
on.
mention that?
No, but I didn't. If I had time to mentally prepare, I would have kicked in. But like, you know, who's going to the mall anymore, right? We're doing them a favor.
Well, okay. Well, first of all, don't say who's going to the mall anymore. That's not going to get you back into the shops at Santa Anita.
I'm saying, dear Santa Anita, like people will listen to this podcast and flock to the mall.
It's true. I wrote that in the email. Maybe that's why I haven't heard back, because then they knew they couldn't take me seriously. But
Well, listen, I
They'll
do
follow
hope
in our
I do
footsteps.
hope you get back in there. And
Do you really?
I do.
Do you
Actually,
care?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I don't care a lot.
Okay.
I barely care.
Oh.
But I do care. No, I'm thinking about it, and I'm registering. You know when the sun gets really low on the horizon at the end of the day, and there's still just a little bit of glow?
Yeah.
That's how much caring I have.
That's a little bit.
That's fine. It's
Yeah.
still there.
I'll take it. I'll
registers.
take it.
Yeah. And you know, we'll see. And if this doesn't work, maybe I got to show up at the mall with you guys.
Oh.
You know? And then you can just say one thing, bring a mop. Because when people see Conan O'Brien in a mall, there's going to be shit on the floor.
oh.
Yeah.
You're proud of that?
And
Oh.
this is a selling point for
Yeah, I
Santa
know.
Anita?
You want them to shit all over the mall?
I'm telling you what I want. I'm telling you what happens when I get recognized on the street.
Okay.
I have been responsible for more public defecation than anybody in the history of the medium.
Well,
whole
I
pitch
went
has
to
gone
a
wrong.
restaurant with you in Santa Anita, and it's notorious for having a long wait, and they saw you and still made us wait 45 minutes for a table.
You know why?
Why?
They were busy shitting. Well, good luck, you guys.
Thank you, boss.
Thank you.